Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Joining us play Crash Bandicoot 3 Part 8. We are now beginning the relics. I guess the time trials for all of the levels. And as you can see here on, you saw there the time that you have to get the sapphire relic. There's also a gold and a platinum relic that you can get as well. They will those are harder to get, however, and they require you to go faster than usual. I will be able to, thankfully, talk about most, if not every single time relic. Yeah, the times for the relics that you can gain. As you can see here, if you remember back, and I think it was part 3 or 4, Aku was saying that some elements will change. Boxes will change. A lot of these will be time boxes. There will be no Wampa fruit littering the ground, and there is, in most levels, 3 masks. This level is not one of those levels, however. You cannot gain 3 masks on your face, but almost every level where you can gain masks on your face will have that option available to you, and that's about the best I can do for I've never been able to get a platinum relic here. I've tried and I've tried. Sadly, never been able to. So, put your initials here. You can only, your first, middle, and last name. But I'll just go ahead and use my first and last name. And yeah, not too difficult. As I said, I will talk about the gold times as well, even though I won't be able to show them off for the most part, because there's actually a secret tie to getting either all golds or golds and platinums. You don't have to get any platinums for this secret to happen, but you have to at least get every single relic gold for this to be able to happen. Now, if you are careful, you can actually get a mask at the start there. You just have to make sure that the boxes on the bottom are not actually being shown, which is not too difficult. I could have done a little bit better, and now I'd go into this section having 2 masks instead of just 1, which will definitely help you out. You cannot use the speed shoes while underwater. The only thing you can do is kick. So if you're not good with kicking, you're gonna have to find this very difficult to actually gain a good time while going through here. This thing, you can speed boost with it, but you have to be careful to not do that into an enemy like the shark. You can actually gain quite a bit of time through that section if you are careful. Through here as well, if you can make sure you don't get hit. If you can, instead of looping around this way, if you can get in between while going through that way, you can gain a huge amount of time and make it a lot easier to actually go after the make it a lot easier to go after the what do you call it? The platinum relic. Okay, that's okay. Don't usually have really good results here with the water levels. Thankfully, there's only 2 of them, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But anyways, though, I'm gonna try to do at least 5 to 6 levels, at least for the time being. I may try to, depending on what the time is going into this, I may do more. I don't know for sure. I still do have to go through all the levels, so that will play, a part. Now I have to talk about the times and all that, so that will kind of play a part with what I decide to do. If you haven't noticed, you do lose any masks that you have while going into this, so you definitely want to be very careful. If you want to save your masks for a box gym or a gym route that you may not have beat before, you definitely want to be very careful. Now, going through there, you may want to go ahead and not get the mask. The mask really isn't that useful. I mean, it is nice to have 2 masks going into this section, but it is not necessary. And you definitely want to hit up here because that's 4 seconds that you can gain. And if you can keep the boost going for a long time, you can see here how I can bash into those crates just by being at this speed. This is Pura's top speed. But if you can keep this going for quite a while, the platinum relic is actually very easy to get. Sadly, the time will not stop until you hit the other side, you know, this other side of the bridge, and that kind of can mess you up with a platinum relic. Platinum relic is actually a pretty low time. I think it's around 14 seconds if I'm not mistaken, so it's very difficult, just if you're not used to it. And it'll take quite a bit of practice to actually get the platinum relics. I may only get one to two, if that, to be honest. But anyway. And as you can see, the times change for each level. But these short times, you can just see how short these levels are. If you remember in part 8, I was complaining about how short the levels were. And here you obviously want to be careful, but you can actually gain a few seconds if you go ahead and do that. There, I should have got that mask, because it'll definitely make the interior section a little bit easier. But the boxes you don't have to worry about. You can just let the dinosaur hit, because spinning actually does slow you down. While it is insignificant in the grand scheme of things, it is almost enough to actually be, well, worth not spinning over. So you definitely want to be very careful when and where you spin. And I almost just want to say, okay, well, I need to start this over again, because going through this section will actually save you quite a bit of time if you can have two masks on your, or a mask on your face going through this section, just because it'll help speed you up greatly. Now, going through the gym routes or the death routes, I don't think the death routes are actually available to you, but going along the gym routes, yeah, I guess the death routes are available to you. You want to be very, it's not, those are not really good time-saving routes, the gyms and the death routes, because it takes you so long to actually get, so it takes time to get to them, and those routes do not actually have time boxes for you to get, so you're actually losing quite a bit of time while going through them when you could just go through the level normally. So it's really up to you, unless you just don't care about, unless you just really hate the level and you don't care about the time. I've actually gotten it under about 1:13 before, but that's when I usually have a mask on my face going through that interior section. But this is about the only level that I can get a platinum relic on, to be honest. This one, and I think Dynamite, I'm not 100% sure though. I may not be able to actually do that one. But anyway, now to be able to unlock levels in the 6th warp room, you have to have 5 relics to be able to unlock the platform that will actually let you go to the that will actually allow you to go to the 6th warp room. So you have to get you have to get 5 relics. Doesn't matter the order of levels that you get them in. As long as you get 5 relics, then you can go into the 6th warp room, and that will allow you to, once you get 5 relics, you'll unlock a level there, and that, I may go ahead and play that one instead of continue on with the relics. I don't know. I may not, though. It really just depends on whatever I decide. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet, so I'm not really 100% sure what I want to do. Just trying to hit that. I lost a bit of time there. Now, obviously, you want to stay off any ramps that do not have boxes or time boxes on them. Those ramps will just slow you down. The ramps that do have time boxes on them, however, will actually be a pretty good investment going along them, just because any time you can save a little bit of time by going along by hitting one of these, it's definitely useful. Even a 1 second will help you out. Now for this last 3 boxes, this one will actually have a 1, a 2, and a 3 on it. Don't know why, but I just can never hit the 3. But you can save yourself a bit of time by cutting the corners there. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do that one again. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to get it. That stinks. The gold relic is, I think, 58 seconds, 57 seconds. And this one is, I always have trouble getting the gold relic on. Yeah, 58, 20. So sadly, I'm gonna have to do it again, just because I want the gold relic, and I'm gonna go ahead and show off how to get the gold relic, or the good relics, I guess you could say. And there is a top speed that Coco can reach, and once you get to that speed, you can't go any faster. What the hell? Really? So, you know, going back this far and then trying to do it again really isn't that beneficial. It really, you know, yeah, there really is no reason for you to do that. You know, going back this far, because you wish I could change the camera. You can see you ain't gonna gain that much distance up to it unless you want to go after the Wumpa Fruit. But you know, at this point, you should have 98, you know, somewhere in the 90s level-wise. Unless you just are not very good at the game, then you know you may want to go after the Wumpa Fruit. But you can also use the Toon Time trick, which will definitely help save you, which will help gain you lives. But anyway, so the biggest thing that will help you out is just to try to cut every corner as much as possible. You know, while that is at one set, and go after every time box you possibly can. I'll just forget the pirate here and not take the time to do it. You may even want to cut in between the islands. You know, try to go to the right instead of going along the middle section there. That may help you out time-wise. As I said, going after every single time box that you can will help you out in the long run. Trying to stay away from the bombs will help you out as well. You know, you have to go along the ramp, so you might as well just do it. You have to be careful about doing that, though, because sometimes you won't hit the box, even when you clearly should have. And that may just do it. There we go. Yeah, just barely. But I'm happy I got it, so I'm not going to complain. And the game will keep track of your top 3 fastest times if you wish to post them. Don't know what in the world that is. Sometimes that'll happen with this game. As you can see, my 1 minute for sadly it won't mark the colors for the times. You can see here the platform that will take you to the 6th warp room. And I guess I'll go ahead and do at least level 6, maybe level 7 and level 8, I don't know for sure. I would like to go ahead and bust through these as much as possible, but it won't, you know, just for video purposes, just so I don't drag it out too long with the relics. You know, I mean, they're okay to do. They're not the best. And because there's still a little bit more in the game that I can show off outside of the relics, you know, the hidden paths and all that, or the 6th warp room and all that. So I definitely just want to try to get through this section as much as possible. Now you want to keep 2 masks with you, because this is one of those levels that you can actually have 3 masks on your face, and that will help you out with this section coming up here. Yeah, want to be careful about double jumping. That will definitely slow you down. And if you spin into the box, you won't have to have the mask. You won't jump up and have the mask be on your face. That'll definitely help. And this will actually increase your top speed as well, because you know, having a mask on your face while doing the run, that'll help out. And anything to help cut a few seconds off will definitely be beneficial. Doing small hops instead of big leaps will always be beneficial. There we go. That's about average for me. 106, high 105s. Not too bad. I'll take it as long as it's a gold. I really don't care what time it is, to be honest. But anyway. And you can just see how short these levels are. You know, I mean, even though you have to go after all the gems, you know, the boxes and the enemies and all that, but these levels are still very short, and a lot shorter than the levels in Crash 2 by far. Alright, so here these boxes do not matter. They're not a time box at all, so you don't have to worry about those. And what you want to do is to gain, you know, a precious second and a half. You want to go ahead and shoot whenever you can, shoot the stopwatch or the clock with the bazooka. I mean, in the long run, crap, you want to be careful about doing that. And in the long run, it won't make up a huge amount of time. Some levels are better than others about doing it. You want to be careful about doing that as well. But you want to save the mask so that you can go through this section a lot faster. You don't have to slow down for any time boxes like through here. All you have to do is just kind of turn in a little bit, and the range of the masks will help get you to it. You want to be, as I said, be careful about. That's a 2 second. I probably should have went after that, but sadly I didn't. See, there we go. But we went after that 2 second one. You know, it's kind of like going after a life, or wasting a life to go after a life with a time box. You have to be careful about not wasting time to save time. You don't want to waste 2 seconds going after a 1 second box. You don't want to waste 3 seconds going after a 2 second box, and you most certainly don't want to waste 4 seconds going after a 3 second box. So it's just trying to find that right balance of, you know, okay, I should go after this time box, but I shouldn't worry about this time box. And it's not as hard as all that, you know, if you just play the game, or if you just go for the sapphire relic. You know, it really doesn't matter. You can go after whichever crate you want to, or not crate. Yeah, you can go after whichever crate you want to. But if you're trying to go after a gold or a platinum, then it kind of becomes a little bit more, okay, well, you know, now I have to decide which boxes I want to go after and all that. And you can actually hold this wheelie for quite some time, and this is actually how a very good way to get the platinum relic. I wish I would have hit that 3 second box. That definitely would have helped. I think you can hold it for the entire way. I'm not 100% sure, though. I think you may lose it, or 7. I think you may actually end up having to lose it through that section where I ended up losing it. But if you don't hit, if you can ride the wheelie the entire way, that will definitely help you out trying to get the platinum relic for that level. But anyway, so, well, I guess I could try to clear out 2 bonus round, or 2 warp rooms per video, or at least, you know, early on. These easy levels aren't too bad. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and do that now. Now here I want to go ahead and show off the cortex, or the lives and the Sphinx about on the shoulder, about shoulder level is where they are at. Now to save a little bit of time here, you want to go ahead and clear out all of these boxes, just so you don't have to spin through them. Get to about right here, shoot, and then immediately turn around, and that will help save precious seconds while going through here. Most definitely. This is another level where you can get a mask on your face. You definitely want to use it. You definitely want to use it and try to gain any advantage you can. You know, cut corners as much as possible. Sliding on the oil, bypassing the oil. Bypassing the oil by a hole or two. You know, if you need to. Now here, I've actually found that the left path is actually faster because it does have some time boxes on it. It actually has a lot more time boxes on it than the right path, and it is just a little bit faster, and you don't have to go through quite so much crap to get to it. You know, does seem like you are running for quite a while without. This is stupid. Now here you do not want to activate that thing, just because you can get across there a lot easier. There we go. I'm not sure, the right path might have been a little bit faster. I don't know for sure. Just because I usually go along the left path anyway, just so I can get the mask, just so I can run through a good portion of the level with at least a mask on my face. The right path might have been faster. I don't know. I know there's a few 2-second, 3-second boxes along that path, so it may be faster. Like I said, I don't know. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and do Midnight Run. This is actually a pretty difficult relic to get to. This is kind of when the relics start to get harder to do, because the times for good relics will kind of get harder to get to while going through here. At this level especially, because there was a few time boxes that will require you to do a lot of jumping, and anything you can do to help save your time. This section has 6 seconds that you can potentially save. If you can hit both of those boxes, you will do yourself a lot of good while going through this section, just because there's quite a gap where you won't actually get any. Oh crap! Oh, that sucks. I could have got 6 seconds there as well. Now here, going at this speed, you can definitely save yourself quite a bit of time. And if I would have got that 6 seconds, it would have definitely pushed it around 16 to probably 15 seconds. But I usually don't have too hard a time getting the platinum here. But anyway, so I'm not gonna really worry about it all that much. I'm happy with what I got. Like I said, as long as it's a gold, I don't really care, to be honest. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the times for all of the for all of the relics in the in the levels that I've done so far. And I'll start with Toad Village. Alright, Sapphire is 1 minute 2 seconds. Gold is 56.52. Platinum is 43.04. And let me take a look really quickly and see my time. 45, so not too bad. I was about I was actually 1 second off, exactly. That's always encouraging. Alright, so for level 2, 1 minute 46 for Sapphire, 1 minute 17.92 for Gold, and 1 minute 10.48 for Platinum. So I got 116, just barely got the gold myself. Alright, for the Orient Express, 41 flat for Sapphire, 27.8 for Gold, and 18.08 for Platinum, so about 2 seconds off of that. So we'll do Boneyard next. Boneyard, 1 minute 43 flat for the Sapphire, 1 minute 38 for Gold, I'm sorry, 1 minute 38.20 for Gold, and Platinum is 1 minute 19 flat for the Platinum. So didn't do quite as well, but again, going through that middle section with the masks on my face would have definitely helped. All right, so for time, 108 flat for Sapphire, 58.2 for Gold, and 53.24 for the Platinum. So that's definitely pretty hard to get to. All right, for G Wiz, let me see if I can get to it really quickly. There we go. Okay. 1 minute 33 flat for the Sapphire, 1 minute 21.72 for Gold, and 1 minute 4 for flat for the Platinum. So about 2 minutes off, 2 seconds off. That's what I will have actually a lot of time. 2 seconds off of the Platinum time. Not for every level, but for actually for quite a few of them, I'll actually have that. Alright, so for Hang 'em High, 1 minute 23 flat for Sapphire, Gold 51.64 for the Gold, and Platinum is 42.80 for the Platinum. So not too good, but you know, hey. Alright, for Hog Wild, Sapphire 45 flat, Gold 41.44, Platinum 35.04. So if you can ride the thing the entire way, you'll definitely do yourself a lot of good while trying to get through there. Alright, so for Tomb Time, 1 minute 41 flat for Sapphire, Gold 1 minute 09 flat for the Gold, and Platinum is 52.92 seconds, so that's definitely way off that. And for this level, Sapphire 51 flat, Gold 38.23, Platinum 18.20. So definitely, if I would have gotten those time boxes, that would have definitely helped by far. But anyway, so yep, that's everything trivia-wise. So I thank you for watching. There won't be a challenge video because I would like to have these be instructional videos just to help you get the gold relics. So there won't be a challenge video. Next time I will go ahead and I will visit the 6th warp room and get everything that I can in there so far. Then I will continue with the relics. So until then, later everyone.